Hello, everybody. I am still animating. I'm still doing that crazy ass shit. It's taken a while, as it always does. As it always does. Most people release like one animation a year. It's crazy. And here I am being an asshole. But a lot of you are like, "Did you die, play? Did you die?" Yeah, I fucking died. A lot of you people just sit there looking at your sub. Like, I'm doing all sorts of shit. Like, I haven't streamed on Twitch for a while, but I'm streaming on Picardo. I'm actually showing myself doing the animation. And a lot of you are like, "Oh, where'd he go?" I'm still here. I still do things. Just you think if I don't upload something to YouTube, all of a sudden the world is ending or something. Anyways, so I've been kind of, yeah, it does kind of bother me whenever I don't upload stuff, over and over and over again. Usually I had the LP going at the same time, but now I have the animation. I have another animation that I've been quote unquote commissioned to do that I have to worry about next. Plus I got the other thing coming up. So I've been kind of mildly, not stressed out, but just in a bothersome mood. So I'm gonna draw a puppy. Sometimes you just gotta just not give a shit, man. You just got, there's not gonna be any planning. This is gonna be a short ass video, one way or the other. I'm just gonna draw a fucking dog. And that is gonna be the end of it. Why are you doing this, Blake? I wanna draw one. I wanna draw it. That's it. So, what I'm going to do is, I have like Google image search pulled up right now. I'm just kind of like just looking at like pictures of dogs. And I'm just going to draw a dog. That's what I'm going to do. And I got like, I got the window open. So if you hear like nature and shit, then it's because there's like nature and shit. And it's like outside where I don't like to be, but sometimes I have to go there. That's how it do though. But anyways, usually like whenever you're drawing your dog or whatever, like man, this video ain't about nothing. It's about nothing. I tell you what. If I want to make it about something, like I usually don't paint like this. This is kind of painty. Don't do it that often. Don't really like doing it like that. Cause the problem with painting is that usually it's a very time-consuming process. But it can also be pretty freeing because it doesn't matter at all. Like you start doing it and it just doesn't fucking matter. What if I can use my blur tool? And sometimes, like the point of this video, I guess, is gonna be that it's okay to fuck around. Believe me, it is definitely okay to fuck around. Let's get that off canvas. Spread noise. What if I can? Nah, it doesn't quite work the same way. It works fine though. Who cares? But it's okay sometimes. Like, a lot of people will, come to me, they're worrying about, "Oh, what if I do this wrong? What if I do this wrong? Oh, the world's ending. I don't know what to do. Oh, I have cancer in my hands," or whatever they're doing. And I'm just like, shit. Just fucking draw. Like, it's supposed to be fun. What the fuck are you doing? Just find a picture of a dog and then draw the fucking dog. Look at your hand. Draw your hand. "Oh, looks bad. Oh, what was me? Oh." And some people just like it. They get so fucking hung up on it. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter at all. Just fucking draw. Little jackass. Gonna have to beat some sense out of you. We've been watching Star Trek TNG on stream lately. And I've been having fun. My hand still kind of hurts from yesterday. Hold on. Because I was like doing this. This is going to pick up real bad on Audacity. But I was like doing that. Because there's like this episode where, it's some Wesley episode. Oh, it was the Traveler episode. When like the homosex dude from like the other dimension comes by and he's like, Wesley's like Mozart, except with time or something. And Picard's like, shit. I don't believe that. And he's like, no, really. Plus, also, I'm a pedophile. What's that? What's up? No, nothing. I didn't say nothing. And it kind of went like that. And one thing led to another, and it's like, the whole time was like I was animating, but the whole time it's like spent me like talking about slapping the shit out of Wesley and him being like boy touched and shit. I don't fucking know, man. It's been a rough week, I'd say what. But yeah, I've been animating Picardo. Haven't been drawing no dogs, though. Been drawing a few other things, though. What have I been drawing lately, anyways? Like, I kind of in one of those states where I know I need to get the animation done. but I had a real hard time just trying to start off, just trying to, get the get the old juices pumping out every hole I got, just trying to find the motivation to actually do the damn thing. Like I was working on it, but each time I would start working on it, like I don't have artist block, but each time I would start working on it, I would kind of get to this point where I'm like, oh, maybe I should just like read something online real fast. Maybe I should watch a video, and it's just really fucking hard for me. And actually watching Star Trek TNG is probably the easiest way for me to get back into a rhythm of it, because I do want to watch that, but I don't need to actually look at the screen because I watched it so damn much. So it doesn't really matter. And that's usually how I'd always get through my animations back whenever I just tweened the shit out of things and didn't care about quality, and I just kept farting out as many of them as I possibly could, as quickly as I possibly could. Uh, let's see, what my puppy look like here? This is either going to be a corgi or it's going to be like a Shiba or something. It's going to be something. I don't care. It can be either one. It doesn't matter. I just like the look of it. But that's what I've been doing. That's a good way to get back into things. It doesn't matter. But I need to be able to get something out as quickly as possible. Most people in anime, they'll release like one thing every few months or so. For some reason, I don't know, it really bothers me not to be releasing something like twice a month. Which is not reasonable for an animator, which is why I do, shit like this where I'm drawing a dog for, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like whenever you do that kind of shit, and you're like crazy, because you're me, we're building fences, whatever the fuck it is, then yeah, it's okay. But otherwise, usually people don't do that. They just pump out a few animations a year, and that is that. Because those things take a while. I'm moving as fast as I was gonna. I made the mistake again of trying to go kind of frame to frame a little bit with it. Like I was working. Do they? Yeah, they kind of do that, I guess. Let's move a puppy up. So, go on, puppy. Usually, No. What was I saying? I was trying to work frame to frame. Like I was doing this thing where I was drawing some lady, and she was like pointing out to the distance, and I froze up on that like a good 2 weeks or something. Like I was drawing it every day, but just it was a pain in the ass. I could just nothing ever looked right to me, and I kind of got stuck on that one thing. And it kind of turned out because I was trying too hard not to use tweens, and that was kind of killing me because, like I've told you guys before, I'm not an animator. Like that's my thing. That's how I make my money, and they turn out okay, obviously. But I'm not really an animator. Like I don't like animating that much. I wouldn't mind it too much if it was something I had the option of doing that I didn't have to do. But I really don't get that option because lifestyle, blah blah blah, Patreon. So I ended up kind of realizing, you know what, I'm just gonna pull back on this, and I just went back to tweening. And once I did that, then it started looking way better because, like, I was just trying to avoid having shit tons of folders and stuff all over the place, and that was not working out for me. And once I kind of gave up on that and decided, you know what, I'm not gonna try to force myself to do things quote unquote the right way. I'm just gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it what way feels right to me. And once I finally did that and kind of took my own advice that I'm always giving you guys, then everything, kind of shaped up, and now I don't have any problems anymore. It's still going to take a while. Like, it's still going to take a while to get that damn thing out the door because it's still an animation, right? But I'm not having the problems with having to worry about, like, every single day I just wake up and I think about that animation. That's the first thing that I think about every single time. And especially since I have other projects that I'm going to have to end up taking care of. I'm not sure when, but yeah. I got like the girls thing that I'm going to be doing this summer that I still don't, I don't know when the fuck that website shit's going to happen. I got this new animation thing I'm going to have to worry about. Of course, I don't have to worry about that for quite some time, I don't think. So that's not a big deal either. but you kind of have to look ahead. Whenever your projects take like light years to get out the door, then you kind of have to look ahead several months. You can't just afford to just be like, today I'll do this. You have to worry a lot more about whether you're going to have something out the door in 4 months or 3 months, what's going to come up in between then and now, and how it's going to look on your taxes because you're doing one thing, you're not making this much money during this quarter. It's kind of the way of farming, too. Like, one of the things you guys probably don't realize is how bizarre it is to kind of be a farmer in the sense of, like, economic shit. By the way, there's a train if you can hear it. Choo choo. I remember walking down the railroad tracks to get to a basketball game one time. Boy, my dad was angry about that. What the hell was I talking about with you people? Shit, I don't know. I'm concentrating on this dog here. I was saying something. Oh, yeah, farming. I was talking about farming. Like the why am I talking about overhead shit with you people? But yeah, like whenever you're, we're actually having to back out of the farm game because of a bunch of like expenses and shit that suddenly came up out of nowhere. Um, but whenever you're farming, like the amount of money that you need just to be able to like buy seed and fertilizer and shit for that year or for that season is like sometimes runs up into the hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on how much ground that you're working. For the really big guys, it can run up to like millions and so forth. So whenever you make money off of farming an area, then it's going to be like you're going to get a check for like $50,000 or something, depending on the acreage and whatnot. And that sounds nice. Sounds like you make a lot of money doing farming. No, you don't do that because something breaks down. And when something breaks down, then all of a sudden you need to pay someone, $10,000 to fix something because no one else can. Or you need to buy a part that costs, $5,000 or something like that. It's not like any other kind of business that you're going to be running, in other words. So, even though the money looks nice or whatever, then it's kind of a big-ass problem. Because you end up running into all these huge-ass expenses that you can't really do much of anything about. It's not like just going to a 9 to 5 where you pick up a paycheck and then that's the end of it. Like, actually running a business and shit it's way more complicated. And, farming is just one example of it. Anyway, I can't remember why I brought that up, but it probably had something to do with kind of work process of animating and shit like that. But as far as animating and shit like that, you kind of have to look ahead and be aware. I gotta do this in like 5 months. Oh, I was bringing it up with in regards to farming because in farming you don't make all your money evenly. Like you don't make this much money this week and then this much money the next week or anything like that. You kind of make a huge amount like during 1 week of this month for the next 5 months or whatever it is. It depends on what your rotation is as far as your crops go. And so you end up having to pay taxes in a really weird way since you're not making money consistently and you can't, like it's impossible. You end up not having to report quarterly, even though you're making enough money to where you would have to. Like, I had to report quarterly because, of Patreon and shit like that. So, in other words, I have to try to make sure that I'm releasing things. Like, I can't afford to go 5 months without making something. Like, that's what I'm getting at. So, I kind of have to always be worrying about that stuff, too. It's kind of a big mess. It's one of those things that whenever you get to be an adult, especially if you're working on your own or something, it's just one more thing you got to deal with, man. It'd be nice if I could just, like, I'm the kind of person, I don't really care about money, but I have to, because, life. So, like, I would much rather not give a shit. I would much rather just do whatever, and then, like, ever so often just release something whenever I feel like it, You know, that's the most conductive thing you can do as an artist, but obviously that's not realistic at all. And I've already got it really good as far as I'm concerned. Like, there's not much to complain about. So I'm not going to complain about it, right? But that's why you draw your dogs. That's why you have these situations where you just got to stop and draw a dog. Because sometimes you just need to relax. And a good part of relaxing is just doing whatever the fuck you want to. Set up yourself some me time. Like, that's the whole appeal of drawing in the first place. You don't need it to become a big, like, work thing where you're worrying about, you know, how this is going to turn out. Oh, what if it doesn't look right? What if I don't do things just the right way? What if I'm not using the right brush setting? What if I'm not using the right whatever? It doesn't matter. Just fucking draw. Like, that's the whole appeal of drawing in the first place. Like, you can just do whatever you want to, and it's not going to matter. And you can stop whenever you want to. Like, I could stop right now if I wanted to, and this will look fine. I could have stopped in the first few minutes and it would have looked fine. But you guys get the idea. That's what this video is about. It's just being able to find ways of enjoying yourself. Because that's what it all comes down to. Whether you're an artist, whether you're working at some sort of shitty Walgreens or whatever, like you're one of those people. Those people. Then you gotta, like, don't worry about, like, oh, what if fucking Barbara doesn't think my dick is huge enough, or what if my boss doesn't like my parakeet, or, you know, whatever stupid shitty life thing you have going on. He fucking cares. What it amounts to is you. Like, you have your fucking life. Like, it's your fucking life. It's up to you to live it. You can't just worry about everything else that's going on in the world. Because you're going to be on your fucking deathbed, you know, whenever you're whatever years old. You're fucking, like, 90 billion years old because you're a millennial, so you probably got a robot body and I didn't, or whatever. And you spent that whole time worrying about being on time for work or whatever, when it should have just, like, you never spent any time on you. Like, that's your fucking life. You don't exist to pump out kids or to pull a lever for some asshole white man in an office somewhere. Like, do your fucking job, but ultimately when it comes down to it, you know, life is about you because you are you. Like, don't be a selfish dickbag, but, you know, still, you know, consider that if you got a life decision that you need to worry about and you don't know what to do, you know, which one is going to make you happier? Is it going to be A or B? At some point, you just got to stop worrying about how it's going to affect other people and just fucking, you know, do what you need to do for you. That's my advice for you. And that's my advice. What should I name this fucking dog? Maybe I should name him... I don't know. I'm gonna name him Tyrone. This is Tyrone the dog. Tyrone the dog says, fuck your boss. Do what's right for you. That's what Tyrone says. Then again, Tyrone got arrested several times because he was doing shit he shouldn't have been doing. So you don't listen exclusively to Tyrone here. You do listen to you. You do you. That's where that comes from, baby. That's where that comes from. Alright, but I think I'm done with Tyrone. Because Tyrone's nice when he's not drinking. But I need to get back to my life. Like, it's good to do me for a little bit. But you got to get back to work eventually, right? Because work supplies you with the time that you need to do you again whenever the time comes for it. So here we go. Here's Tyrone. Everyone say hello to Tyrone. How's it going, baby? And I'll put a background on it because I want to. I'm not gonna like do a background, but you know. Kind of hard, actually. Like, because he's covered in midtones, it's kind of hard. Like, you want something that's kind of similar, but not too much. Sort of like that. Yeah, that's kind of more in that range, I guess. And then we'll put like some shadows down here, and then that'll be it. Yeah, looking good, Tyrone. You shouldn't have hit that prostitute, but you're looking good now. It's not racist if he's named Tyrone. There's nothing racist about that. He can be a white dog and still be named Tyrone. What's wrong with you? You fucking racist. See, I turned it back on you. Doesn't feel too good, does it? Asshole. Alright, there we go. Tyrone's looking good now. Tyrone is looking good now. There we go. And I'm gonna put I had the spread noise. What's your brush settings, Plague? I don't fucking know. Look, it's right here. Like, put it in HD and fucking look at it. I don't know. I had like spread noise because it's like artistic and shit. Like, you don't want it to be just like a straight line like this. You don't got no shit on the edges, and it's boring. But you put like this garbage on there, that get you pussy right there. That's the kind of brushstrokes that get you pussy. Tyrone knows about it. But there you go. There you go, baby. All right. Oh, this is what I was gonna do. I was gonna be like fancy and shit. Be like you gotta sign your name, right? You gotta sign your name. Tyrone. Then I'm gonna put like a little paw print right here. There we go. How puppy's paw print go? It's like this, isn't it? Because it's like the bottom paw looks like a gummy bear head or something. There you go. Looking good now. Looking good. All right, everybody, you get the hell out of here. Me and Tyrone are gonna go do some shit together, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble for it. All right, everybody. This is Sprite. Say goodbye, nature, since my window's up. So long. Back to animating for me. Bye-bye.